Hey, it's Sabrina. Welcome to our 12 days of Christmas. Today is day 4, outdoor decor. Hey guys, welcome to Sabrina's Craft-nanigans again. Yeah, you can tell I'm doing this by the seat of my pants. It is day 4 of Craft Your Stash. 12 days of Christmas. Welcome to day 4, outdoor decor. Well, I live in just an apartment, so I don't have a lot of room to really do a lot of stuff outside. So I took this opportunity to make a door hanger wreath kind of thingy. I really hope you like this. It already kind of was together, so all I really have is like some pictures and bits and pieces of that as I put it together, because I wasn't making that a video. But I'll make sure I try to explain it as good as I can. But I transformed it. It was something for fall, and I transformed it into something for Christmas. I'm so excited. I can't wait for you guys to see this on day 4. Make sure you go to my description box, check the playlist to go watch all these great ladies, give you some inspiration on outdoor decor. Also in my list are the channel links to Brenda at Rustic and Lace DIY and Miss Krista at Krista's Crafty Life. Go check out those ladies' channels. Guys, make sure as you're watching these ladies' videos and go to their channels, make sure you like, comment, even if it's just a heart or a Santa Claus emoji, hint, 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 or just anything, even just something quick, simple, and then subscribe. Guys, we've got like 50 to 80% of our people that watch our videos, they don't subscribe. It takes but a second to click that subscribe. If you're on your TV, hit the up button on your remote, or if you're connected through your phone, you can do it there. But if you got your remote, click the up button. It'll come to the description. Then click over to the right and click on our pictures and click on that. And then it'll ask you to subscribe. You just click on that. Boom. Done. Free of charge, baby. Go and do it. I hope you enjoy these ladies. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Love you guys. Come back tomorrow for day 5 when we do some Christmas signs. Yes, sirs and ma'ams. Adios from Sabrina's Craft-nanigans. Check you later. Okay, guys, this is going to be a little bit different here at the beginning. What you see is a gnome that I made for fall a couple months ago, but didn't record it. I just took a witch hat from the Dollar Tree and got all the sparkling tinsel off of it and the boo sign. And then I got a wooden round from the Dollar Tree. I took the paper off, scraped it all off, and Actually, I left it alone. I didn't paint it. That's right. That's right. So there you see the round. I took some poster board and hot glued it and E6000'd it to the back of the hat. I put all that long raffia you saw and just hot glued tons of that to the round. Now I'm going to take the hat and glue that on top of the raffia, which took a lot of hot glue and E6000 and the fix-it-all glue from Dollar Tree. I then took that sunflower burlap material from the Dollar Tree in the summer, and I covered my whole hat with that. Had a big wooden ball in my stash, took that, painted it with antique white for his little nose, and then stuck that right under his hat, added some tulle and a little gnome in the middle of the bow, some extra raffia at the top with a sunflower. We're going to give him a fall to Christmas makeover. You see, I've got some Chanel yarn right there from Wally World. I'm taking it, I'm going to cut some long strips, and I'm kind of showing you what we're going to do with it, but not just yet. We've got to take some of this fall stuff off, so I did use my heat gun because I've got to save my gnome right there and my little sunflower. Got all that extra raffia off and the tulle bow, threw it away because that was just Dollar Tree stuff, so I got plenty more. Now that I got it all cleaned up and it's all off, I'm going to leave the burlap on there to give me some more stable base, and you won't be able to see through the material I put on top of it, so no worries. I'm just taking my strips of yarn now and gluing them to the base of the hat, and I also tack it kind of at the bottom so it stays attached to the raffia as well. And I add a little bit underneath his nose. I put some around the top of his nose. And then I just go in, filling it in and filling it in until I am happy and pleased with the way it looks. And it looks pretty full. Why am I putting it on top of the raffia? It made it look fluffier, and it was already there. And this is all the yarn I have. And I'm giving him a makeover. And I'm using my stash. And that was a lot of raffia, and it was long raffia that I had in my stash, and I didn't want to just cut that off and throw it away. So Hey, I thought it was pretty cool. Keeps him making looking blah, 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 blah. Keeps him making looking cool, rustic, country. I've just got him a little poofier, and if you fluff it just right, the raffia comes through. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was awesome. If you fluff it just right, the raffia pokes through the yarn, and I just think it's pretty cool. Some people might not and think it's trashy. I think it's pretty cool. You know. So there we go. Got them all glued on the way I like them. It's kind of straggly at the end. We're going to perform some Edward Scissorhands magic there. And we'll get it all tidied up here in a little bit. But look how fluffy it is. I love it. Hey-hee. Okay, now we're going to take that red and white striped material that I got during the summer from their coastal line at the Dollar Tree. This was in my stash. Nothing new here. First thing we're going to do, I'm going to use this whole piece. I'm going to make sure that it's the long way so that it goes all the way up the top of the hat. First, I'm going to put a little hem in it so that it doesn't fray and start frazzling and all that. So no sewing machine, I'm no sewer, it ain't happening. So we're just taking some glue and gluing a hem. And I was trying to just be very careful to make sure my lines lined up, because if I got lines, they're going to have to be straight. Yeah. Now, we're going to take, that's why there was no worry about that yarn sticking all up, because we're going to glue this right across the top of his nose, like his little Gnome nose would be poking out. And I'm just going to put a line of glue down my hem that I made and glue him down each side. And then I'm going to flip him over. We're going to take those ends. I'm going to pull as tight as I can right underneath the curve of that hat on both sides and glue it down. That mess that's on the back, that's a hot mess is what that is. I went to pull that off. That was the hanger that was on there with duct tape, 1,000,000 tons of hot glue, and some twine. And that was not coming off. I wish I could have left it on there. But anyway, you know. So now we're taking our hot glue, and I'm kind of tucking the material down into the little crook of the hat. And now I'm just going to take my hot glue and glue it all over the top. My focus was the top because I wanted to make sure my lines were straight. So I'm pulling it as tight as I can. Now, the back starts to become a little bit of a hot mess. I kind of go through it slowly so you can kind of see what I'm doing, but it's still kind of sped up as well. I'm going to start at the top, and I'm going to kind of work my way down, kind of crunching the material together, but I'm pulling it as tight as I can. That's why I went ahead and glued the front first, because I know it's in the right spot, so my lines are going to stay straight. And now I'm just taking it, pulling it as tight as I can, gluing it to the edge. The scissors that I have are not just regular scissors. Those are pinking scissors. Oh, my Lanta, y'all. Oh, boy, what a weekend. Are pinking, I don't even know now, scissors. But what they do is they kind of make the ziggy-zaggy on your material, and they keep your material from fraying so bad. So I wanted to make sure I used those pinking shears so that that did not happen. You can kind of see I tried to weasel around that curl of the hat down there. That was pretty difficult. But you know. So went ahead, glued the rest of that material on once I got it going. This time, instead of doing around the side first, I'm going to do my top. I'm going to get the corner. I kind of tuck, I kind of fold. We kind of use a lot of hot glue. I got a blister on the end of my finger to prove it, because I didn't always use that silicone spatula that's sitting over there to my right instead of in my hand. Oh, there it goes in my hand. Yay. Anyway. And so now I kind of turned it where y'all can see it. I know I was out of frame quite a bit trying to do this, but it's so big of a piece. I'm not used to trying to keep a huge piece like that in frame. Before I do the side, I'm going to do the bottom little curve part this time. And this side goes a lot better than the other side did. So they kind of look a little wonky from the back, but it does end up okay. There I go again, gluing the edge first, pulling as tight as I can. And then once I get that tight, then I glue a little bit more on. I'm going to take and now finish up my edge over here where I made my cut. I'm kind of just tucking and folding like you would a Christmas present. But if you're a really bad Christmas present wrapper, that's what I'm doing over here. Now you can see some of the areas. You can still see the sunflower burlap material poking out. Don't worry about that. We're going to hit it in a second. Taking my pinking shears again and cutting that off. You can see how it leaves a little bit of a zigzag there. And I'm going to make one final glue. Use my spatula there and make sure that that's pressed down real good. Now, you see that little corner right there where the burlap is showing. We're going to take some of the extra pieces of the material that we had left over. I cut all the way around the edges with the pinking shears so that it doesn't fray. And I'm just kind of smushing it on there so that it forms around the curve of the hat and stays put. So that covered that part up. Now I'm going to take another piece and we're going to put it down here on the corners, and I do this to each corner. I take a little square, I do it to each corner to kind of cover up all the bends and the curves and the tucking, and hopefully this will help hold it in place better too. So once I get that taken care of, I'm going to take a bigger piece, use my pinking shears again, and I'm going to glue that on those ends, and that kind of covers some of that mess up and hopefully holds everything down. I tucked that under the round wood board there, kind of trimmed some edges, made sure those edges were stuck. Using my heat gun here to get rid of all the little spider webs and all that kind of stuff, and it takes the clumps of glue and it kind of melts it back down. So there's our hat. Woohoo! That was the hardest part. I just had this cotton ball from, not a cotton ball, it's actually like a snowball pom-pom thing from the Dollar Tree. Glued that to the end. You can see I got some deco mesh there. We'll use that in just a second, but first I'm going to take another piece of yarn and I'm going to put that at the bottom of his hat, like that's the rim of his hat. Once I get it glued across the top, I'm going to come right around to the back and then I'm going to cut it off. I'll do the same thing to the other side, but I won't show you that, but I did do it. Now, the white deco mesh is not as wide as the red. So what I'm doing is I put it behind it and we're going to wrap this around the hat, but not like you see it. All I'm doing now is just making sure I got me a big old chunk, because we're going to take this and make it kind of like it's a belt like you saw with the other one when it was fall time. I'm taking this deco mesh and I'm rolling it in from both ends. Once I have it rolled, I am putting it back behind the back. I'm just taking it while it's all wadded up in my hands there. I'm just going to make one tie with it. And then I'm kind of making sure it's pulled down. I'm going to hot glue it where I tied it right there. And then I'm going to glue the top part down on top of the bottom strand. While that's being held and getting a hold, I kind of fluffed out the band there. I guess you could call it like the band of the bow. And I love the way this curled, and I decided to leave it like that. It is really long, almost as long as his beard. I decided, okay, this is Santa now, or this is a Christmas gnome. His nose had to be pink. So I used the ballerina slipper pink in Waverly, and I just painted his nose with a chibi brush and then kind of mushed the beard around it, because I did get some on the beard, and you know, that's how it goes. Now we're going to make a bow with this ribbon that I did use the other day in, what did we do? Oh, our woodland decor. This is the same ribbon I used for that. It says Gnome for the holidays. I figured it was perfect. The little gnome is red and white. We're all about red and white here. This puts in some pops of green. I just folded it about, let's see, 2, 4, 6 times. And by folding it 6 times, that'll give you 3 loops on each side. Scrunched it up in the middle, took some twine, tied it. I'm taking one of the tails, because I did not want tails on this, but I took one of the tails that you obviously automatically have, wrapped it around the center to cover that twine. I'm now putting each piece of twine, one under one side of the band, and then I'm pulling one through the other side of the band, and then I'm going to tie it. So it's kind of tied around the band of the deco mesh to really hold it in place. And I'm going to tie that tight, and I'm going to tie it tight again, cut it off, and then I'm going to give it a little bit of hot glue just to make sure it stays. And now we're going to poofy our life away, because I like the poofy bows. I could do this for hours, guys, but I won't show you it for hours, I promise. And I'm just, yeah, see, fluffy, poofy. Now, I've got some rusted bells that I got from Hobby Lobby about 2 weeks ago, 50% off. And then there's those little white foam berry things that I used in my woodland stuff yesterday. So if you haven't seen that video, go check that out, because that came out so cute. I'm so proud of that one too. That was for day 3. I'm going to use 3 of those foam white balls, kind of glue them in a little triangle trio, and I'm gluing a bell on top and a bell on the bottom, kind of making sure those are held in place. I kind of went back and forth on how I glued them on. Here we go. We're going to fluff it up again. Fluffy. And look at that. Isn't it so cute? Now we're going to make our hanger for the back. That is all I have left of the white yarn. That is it. I'm going to take that and 2 strands of jute twine, and I'm kind of just twirling it all together to give that yarn some more stability in case it starts falling apart. It'll still have the twine to hold it. I'm going to glue those ends down really good. And then once that's down, I'm going to put a bunch of glue over the top of that end. And then I took an extra piece of our ribbon and hot glued that on top of it, making sure that's down really, really good and tight. I'll put a little bit more hot glue right there under the edge to make sure we got it. And then we've got us a hanger, people. I'm using my heat gun right now just to clean up all the glue webs. Yeah, buddy. Okay, guys. There he is. I am too excited about this. Look at this. Look at this. I did his little nose pink. Added hair. If you fluff it up enough, you can get some of the straw to the front so it has that rustic look, and that's what I love. Yes, look at that bow. Look, and he's got bells. Hang this on your door and you got bells. Got a little pom-pom at the top and then your nose. Isn't it so cute? There it goes. It is pretty long. We'll get this guy outside and he'll be ready to go. Isn't he so cute? I hope you guys like it. If you do, make sure you like, subscribe, guys, subscribe. You like, you watch, but subscribe to our channels. It pushes us out through YouTube. We love you guys, and we thank every one of you for taking some time out of your day to watch us and like us and leave a comment. Just a little heart emoji, a little Santa Claus. I know we got that emoji. I hope you enjoyed my outdoor decor for today. I'll leave a little picture here at the end so you can see what it looks like on my outside door. Sorry about the boo basket over here. My youngest daughter hasn't picked it up quite yet. I'll see you later, and then I'm still trying to stay in the fall spirit with some Thanksgiving, so that's why you kind of see that stuff off to the side. But anyway, guys, I hope you really enjoyed Sandy here. Make sure you go see the other girls in the playlist in my description box, and check out Brenda and Krista at their YouTube channels, which are also linked in my description box. You guys have a great end of your weekend. Well, actually, no, it is the end of your weekend because this is going to post tomorrow. So never mind. Have a good start to your week, guys. Have a good night. I hope you enjoyed day 4. Here is our before when our Gnome was a fall Gnome. And here is our after, our Santa Gnome. So adorbs, so adorbs. You'll see him outside here in just a second. Got you some close-ups. Guys, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and go see those other ladies in the link in my playlist below and get some inspiration for your outdoor decor. I love you guys. Have a good week.